Good day, everyone, and welcome to our cooking video. My name is Cecilia, and today we will be watching Paula and Madeline as they make a delicious meal of noodles and eggs. Oh, but this isn't just any cooking video. Here, we'll be explaining concepts within cooking such as conduction, convection, radiation, and many other concepts that we learned in class. Let's begin. We're going to start with cooking the noodles. Of course, the first step of cooking noodles is to boil the water on the stove. The stove turns on using gas ignition. Do you remember the fire triangle? The triangle includes oxygen, fuel, and an ignition. These are all things a fire needs to keep going. While it heats up, let's review the 3 ways heat energy could be transferred. First, there's conduction. According to the textbook, conduction is the transfer of heat energy throughout a material or through contact between different materials. Think of a pan heating on a stove. The heat from the stove goes to the pan, allowing for the food within to be cooked. There's also convection. Convection is the movement of heat energy through the action of air or liquid. A good example, one you're happening to see right now, is the process of boiling water. As it boils, the heat passes into the pot from the burner. There's radiation. Radiation transfers heat energy with the ability of electromagnetic radiation. Unlike the previous two, radiation requires no molecules or atoms during its process. An example of radiation is the energy and heat received from the sun. Do you see the steam coming off from the pot? Did you know that steam used to be liquid? You see, the boiling of the water has caused the water within to vaporize, aka the process where the liquid turns into gas. This, of course, was due to the water temperatures rising due to the transfer of the heat. The temperature that causes this to happen has a name, in fact. It's called the boiling point. It looks like we're ready to put in noodles now. Now, let's investigate how the noodle cooks. Right here, in this pot of water, convection is taking place. The stove here is heating the pot, causing thermal energy to pass through into the water and thus boiling the pasta. Isn't that right, Ramen Cat? We've seen how our noodles cook. However, we haven't seen how Humpty Dumpty here is going to be cooked alive. Let's learn how his insides will slowly change and harden as we cook him for a meal. Humpty Dumpty, like most of his kind, is composed of proteins, and proteins are composed of amino acids. What is an amino acid? Amino acids are organic molecules formed by carbon and hydrogen. By forming long chains, they create proteins. Now think of the protein as clay. The structure of clay will determine its shape, whether it be round or flat, tall or small. The function of a protein depends on how the amino acids within are structured. Temperature can change the protein and its structure by affecting the bonds creating the shape, thus creating a new structure. With this, the molecules within will coil. The name of this change is known as denaturation. In this case of eggs, the proteins will solidify, making the egg's surface harden. It's time for us to make the ice now. We're going to start with pouring the water into an empty ice tray and popping that sucker into the freezer, right? Well, did you ever think about the process behind it all? When you cool down the water, the temperature lowers. When you lower the temperature, the particles in the object slow down. When they are slowed down, they can change into a different state of matter. For water, at 0 degrees Celsius, it is called the freezing point. On to the soda. Today, we'll be having Sprite. You know what? Let us see the nutrition facts. Oh, wow! That many calories? Oh well, when trying to eat healthy, you just want to work in moderation. Now let's add the ice in here and we are done. This video was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legend. Oh, wait, we aren't sponsored.